Please describe your job title and primary duties.
For sure. So when I was at Chuck E. Cheese, I was a cashier there. So whether it be bringing up orders for pizza or giving tokens to the families that are coming in, that was my primary job.
What was the work environment like?
So with Chuck E. Cheese is predominantly known as a lot of minors work there. It's a good first job for kids. So there's a lot of dealing with that and dealing with the little kids that are coming in, playing with the games and celebrating birthday parties and whatnot. So it's a hectic environment dealing with that for someone that's not used to it. But I think it's a good first job to be thrown into that environment and get your feet wet, if you know what I mean.
What was your favorite part about working there?
Just the hours when I was looking to get and build the money that I was trying to while working there, because most of the time they're really understaffed. So lots of hours, when needed, it was definitely there for me.
Please describe the application and interview process.
It was a bit difficult and different from other jobs that I've had. It did have a website process that you put it in, and I put it in, and with it being one of my first jobs that I've ever had, it was difficult for me because I was expecting a fast turnaround, a couple of days. It took them almost 2.5 weeks before I was hearing back from them, and at that point, I wasn't even sure if I was going to get contacted at that point if I gotten the job. So then after that, I got called in for an interview. Interview was a very extensive process with everything they asked. It was a 30 to 40 minute interview with a place with Chuck E. Cheese. I figured it wouldn't take that long, but the extensive search that they did do, and by the end of it, they did end up liking who I was, and the manager hired me after the 2.5 week waiting for that email application to be responded and getting that phone call, as well as the 30, 40 minute interview.
What questions did the interviewer ask during the job interview?
They focused on, with it being one of the first jobs, is like, are you going to be okay with this environment? How are you with children? Because Chuck E. Cheese is a big spot for kids to go, as well as birthday parties, and just handling different environments with food too, because they're very well known for their pizza. So just lots of people asking you questions on dealing with customer service too, because that's a huge thing with food and games, as well as birthday parties. You want to have that hospitality with the guests that are coming in to make sure they're having a good time.
How were you notified that you received the job?
Sure, they notified me after 2.5 weeks, and they gave me a phone call as responding to, there was no email, it was just a phone call that they gave it to me after the 2.5 weeks to call me in for the interview.
What set you apart from other candidates?
With it being a first job and me being nervous, they knew I was eager to get one of my first jobs there. So they knew that I was ready and well ready to work for them, and just know that I'm going to give my best because I want to look good in front of my employer, to know that I care about them and that I'm willing to do what it takes to be able to keep the job and make them happy.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
If you're looking for a job at Chuck E. Cheese and you definitely need hours, and that's something you're looking for, that's definitely the place. As well as building on customer service with having 3 different aspects with the birthday parties, the games, as well as the food. There's a lot to learn from them with getting a job.